Now we're going to look at some examples of content from my own newsfeed that have worked quite well. So as a job seeker, you may not be all that comfortable actually appearing in your posts, and I have a few examples of a workaround for this. So the first one is really simple. You just take a photo of the building where the event is on. Now try and get the name of the building, or try and get like an impressive shot of the building. So for example, in this one, this is the Hartnett Enterprise Acceleration Centre in Limerick Institute of Technology in Ireland. And I was attending a 2-day entrepreneur bootcamp in this building, and I wasn't too sure if I could take photos of the inside of it, but I still wanted to let my network know that I was attending the course in the building. So it was kind of a nice enough day. I got a bit of an arty shot. I'm not in it, but you can see at the top, the little piece of text at the top, it says Bantry yesterday, Limerick and LIT today. So I was a busy bee driving all around the country that time. So again, I'm just trying to get that across as well, that I'm quite busy and I'm here, there, and that I'm everywhere. Another option would be, again, to take a picture of the place if it's quite impressive. So you can't get much more impressive than this. It's Thomond Park Stadium in Limerick again. And a bit of context behind this picture, it was the International Women's Day celebrations in the beautiful corporate place within Thomond Park. And really lucky to be there. Amazing event, beautiful view of the stand across the way, quite an iconic place, quite an iconic stand. So I knew it would make like a really good picture. But again, if I just put this up on its own without any text at the top, some people would be like, why is Louise putting up a picture of Thomond Park? So we need to work on the text a little bit. So again, I'm quite natural, I'm quite informal and relaxed in the wording that I use. So you can see I said no better place to be on hashtag IWD 2019 than Thomond Park Limerick, surrounded by businesswomen, chat, buzz, energy, lots of new connections and great speakers. Well done to Network Ireland for organising an excellent event. And then if you click see more, then there'd be a couple of hashtags underneath that. So again, what's the purpose of this post? What are you saying? And you can see I'm not selling. I'm not touting for a job. I'm not selling myself. It's all very subtle. Another option would be if you go to a lot of talks, if you go to a lot of events, if you go to a lot of networking events and there's a speaker, you should take a photograph of the speaker and just show that you're there and that you're interested and that you're furthering your own learning. So you can see in this picture, this is an amazing woman that I know. Her name is Mary Fitzgerald, and this was one of her first speaking events that she's ever did. So of course I was in the audience supporting her. So we take the photograph, make sure the person in the photograph is looking good, you know, that their eyes aren't closed or anything like that. And then up the text at the top, it says, attended my first Lunch and Learn event today in Republic of Work to see this awesome lady, Mary Fitzgerald, present on how to cultivate healthy workplace dynamics. Learned a thing or two, not easy to stand in front of strangers. And if you click see more, you can see a bit more of that text. So again, I'm still not in the picture, but I'm still establishing and still showing that I am out and about, and really you're getting a better sense of who I am rather than just a CV. This one, we spoke earlier about this one in another section, and I just want to show you this because another thing that you can do is take a screenshot of a written post that you've come across, and you can give some insight or some opinion on this one. So just to go through this one in a bit more detail, this was a job advert that I saw that somebody sent on to me, and the job advert was really long. You had to read through lots of it, and so the company added in this little caveat in the last 4 lines, and where it says you will be interviewing with customer experience director. Her favourite colour is blue, so she'd be pleased if you put that word somewhere in your subject line when sending your letter. So I thought that was really interesting, really sneaky but great way to try and measure somebody's attention to detail. So what I did was I took a screenshot of that post, and you can see at the top I've written interesting way to test for attention to detail buried in the last 4 lines of this very long job advert. Sneaky, hashtag attention to detail, Hashtag job, hashtag cover letter, hashtag career, hashtag smart box. Another example. So this is just me trying to prompt a conversation using something very genuine, like from my own life. So I have a lot of business cards. I have boxes and boxes of business cards. And one day I was just going through them all because I was looking for somebody. And I just thought, my goodness, what do other people do with their business card collection in these days of LinkedIn? What do they do? So I just took a photograph and up at the top I said, what do you do with your business card collection? I hold on to them all, even though I'm connected with most on LinkedIn. Call me sentimental, but it's nice to have their brand, visual identity and contact details. And I said clutter or useful documents. So you can see here, I got a bit of engagement. I got about 16 comments. It was really interesting, and about 27 likes as well. So I'm still not in the picture, but I'm still prompting a conversation using content. However, I would say that you do not overdo this a lot because you don't want to become a one-trick pony. So now this is a bit of me, like in a few photographs. And the reason I'm showing you this one is because it's not salesy whatsoever, and it's a little bit different, I suppose. So I was invited to be in the audience of this radio show. So if anybody's from Ireland, it was the Ian Dempsey Breakfast Show, and they came to a lovely bar called Electric in Cork City during the summer. So I was in the audience bright and early, and they really took great care of us. You know, we got lovely food, there was great entertainment, there was a great band, there was an interview with the cast of The Young Offenders, like a TV show, and there was music from the Franklin Walters. So I was taking a few photographs, and normally now I was saying to myself, I wonder, you know, are these kind of like not corporate enough for LinkedIn? But I just figured, you know what, it's just interesting. We're all here in Cork. The Ian Dempsey's here in Cork. Doesn't happen very often. I'll post them and see how I get on. So yeah, I did really well. I got a couple of 1,000 views. But I just want to show you that sometimes it doesn't always have to be corporate events, conference events, speaking events, and that you can get into photographs when it's not strictly corporate related, but it just depends on how you kind of write your text. Another option would be to keep an eye on like online newspapers or online journals, websites, and if you see something that's quite interesting and that is quite relevant to your industry, you can copy that and paste it in, and I'm going to show you how to do all of that in another section. So in this example, you can see that there was a newspaper article, or it was an online article on a website, rte.ie, and basically it's that Aer Lingus, our national airline, is currently taking applications for its future pilot training programme. And while the programme is very popular, the application rate amongst women is only around 7%. So again, I'd be quite interested in women in the workplace. So I thought this was really, really interesting. And you can see that I got like 14 likes and I got 2 comments on that. So again, this is a really handy, easy way to start posting content. If you don't want to be in a photograph, if you're not going to events, you can most definitely start with sharing online articles. And lastly, you can share other people's content, and I'm going to show you how to do this in another section of this course. And in this example, this is a video from the Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, and she's talking about New Zealand's first ever well-being budget. And I watched the video and I have to say, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. She's an absolute natural on camera. So I decided to share this post. And again, you have to put it into context. So why are you sharing this post? So up at the top, you can see I wrote so many things to like about this video. Never mind the fact that they have called it a well-being budget. Who knew politics could be so positive and so practical? So it got a little bit of interest, I suppose, based on that. And I'm going to show you how to do that in another section, how to share content on LinkedIn, but kind of how to put your own spin on it as well and how to put it into context.